There's talk of as many as 150,000 people migrating as a result of the restructuring, moving back in large numbers to their homes, hundreds of kilometers away from the polluted, inhospitable valley of the Jiu. Romania's once militant coal miners are taking their leave of the industry with the prospect of safer, cleaner jobs in the rural areas where they came from. And they won't be the only ones affected by change. The government hopes to win the general public over to capitalism with mass privatization. Romania did not get around to it until recently, lagging behind the rest of Eastern Europe. The pace could quicken under Vasili's new coalition government.
We hope that gradually this will develop a shareholder mentality and what we would call a greater corporate governance capacity in the enterprises that are now privatized. We hope also it will attract foreign investors.
The privatization of companies like Polycolor, Romania's biggest paint manufacturer, has caused a sharp jump in stock market trading. After Polycolor floated its shares, they jumped in value sixfold. Meanwhile, easier conditions for foreign investors have attracted interest. Banks such as Japan's Dewa and France's Société Générale were quick to respond to legal changes which allow tax breaks and free repatriation of profits. They believe the new political climate is crucial.
Prior to the election of President Emil Constantinescu and his government, there was a lot of political risk, uncertainty, best way to put it, and thus a lot of investors stayed on the sidelines, including ourselves. But with the recent election, there has been lowering of risk. There's a lot more certainty in which way it's going forward, that they are moving towards a market, they are embracing market reforms.
But the trouble with economic shock therapy is that a lot of people suffer the shock while enjoying none of the benefits of the so-called therapy. Constantinescu, elected in November '96, and his new prime minister will have to tread carefully. High inflation rates could lead to more social unrest in the future. Old age pensioners staging an anti-government demonstration. They have cause for concern. The value of their pensions has plummeted in recent years as a result of inflation. They've also been marginalized by privatizations and impoverished by the abolition of subsidies on essentials such as food, heating and housing. Their anger is a stern warning that efforts to boost the private sector could backfire. The government is considering projects to minimize the social cost of running down the coalfields. Development of the farming sector, of forestry and tourism could absorb part of the unemployment. But it's not clear where the money is going to come from. So if the miners simply go elsewhere, it will be a relief all round.